Okay, so today we are going to be fitting our athlete with crutches. Crutches are designed to provide an assist, so that way if the individual has a lower body injury, they can get around. And if you can't properly fit them with crutches or they don't want crutches, then the next option is a wheelchair. And most people don't really want that as an option. So if they are unable to walk out without significant pain, then you have to fit them on some crutches. So any type of hip, knee, ankle, foot injury, we'll do this quite a bit. So, but in order to be safe for the individual, not only do they need to be fitted appropriately, but they actually need to be able to know how to use them appropriately so they don't get hurt. So what we're going to do here is we're going to properly first fit the crutches. These typical crutches are designed where they have heights on them, but just to confirm that with the actual athlete, we want to make sure that they're fitted appropriately. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of to cheat, I'm going to ask him how tall he is. How tall are you? So he says he's 5'10", so I'm going to look on the thing here and see that there is actually a measurement for 5'10". If there's not, then I need to get some different crutches that, let's just say the lowest height here is 5'10", let's say he's 5'5", then I would have to get some smaller crutches. And this particular one ranges from 5'10" to 6'6". Okay? So now to confirm that this is actually correct and right, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to have him place one arm up at a 90-degree angle, bent at the elbow, and the other hand out, straight out, with his fingertips out. Now this length from elbow to the tip of this finger is typically the length that you actually want. So I'm just going to place this up here, okay, go out to the end, and you can see, boom, that's just about perfect. So he said he was 5'10", I put it to 5'10", and he's going to be good. So that's the very first thing that you're going to want to do, because it kind of helps start this process along so you don't have to move this around when he's kind of up and on. I'm going to take the other one, make sure it's at 5'10" as well. I should be ready to go. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through the process of fitting him and teaching him how to walk. So the first thing that I'm going to do before I hand these over to them is I'm going to check them out. And I'm going to look to see, are the pads appropriately fixed? Are they in good condition? Thing on the bottom, the pad on the bottom, is that in good condition? These can get worn out, and so if they are worn out, then you might want to replace this, because the last thing you want to have happen is you send them off on their way and they slip, and now they're even more hurt. Okay. So these crutches look they're in good condition, feel pretty solid. We now think we have them fitted appropriately. So all we're going to do is we're going to have them stand up, and going to go through the process for kind of having him set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to have him place the crutches under his armpits, or the axilla. What I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this camera here just a little bit so you can see his feet. What I want to have happen is I want the crutch tip, so the bottom part here, to start off from the very tips of his toes. We're going to go up about 2 to 4 inches, and we're going to go out about 4 to 6 inches, just like that. Okay, so that's the positioning on both of them, just like boom, right there. Okay, now that's the position that I'm going to make sure that he's fit appropriately in. So what I'm going to do is, as he's standing straight up here, I want to make sure that there's just about 2 fingers or 1.5 inches between the very tip of his armpit and the very top of the crutch on both of these in this position. Because if, let's say, he was flared out quite a bit, it might be too low. So I want to make sure that he doesn't angle down too much. So there's the position that I want. Then what I want to do is I want to look to see his elbows, and I want just a slight bend and curve in the actual elbows. You don't want them perfectly straight, but you won't want to bend quite a bit. So typically about a 15 to 30 degree angle at the elbow. Okay? If by some reason there's too much or too little of angle, I can actually adjust the crutch and the hands on the crutch, raising these up or down. He actually looks pretty good in here, so making sure that they're in the same hole on both of them. Okay? So based on this position that he's sit right here, feel like he's pretty good, feel like he's solid, and everything looks good. If there's any modifications that need to be made, I would make them at this point in time before I actually instruct him how to walk.